If I wasn't homeschooled, I would be afraid to dream big. Hey there, I'm Michael Casuga, and this is my HG 252 story. Hi, I'm Michael, and I am from batch 2022. Been homeschooled for 14 years, which is quite a while. I was the former High Night CEO. When you think about my homeschooling journey, which is like 14 years, it's so hard to pick each and every single moment. But if I could say things generally, it would be twofold, right? The first one would be definitely the people and the community that we have here. The second reason, what I love most about my homeschooling journey, apart from the people, is that I'm able to pursue what I'm very, very passionate about. The malleability of our structure is so that we could be able to pursue what we want to be able to pursue. There's a whole lot of extracurricular programs here, ranging from music to dance to arts, and even outside of the arts, like just general leadership and just being able to mount all of these events, managing teams, etc. All of these things piece together a puzzle and a mosaic that just looks so great. But apart from being able to pursue that, it also gives these students the ability to have self-motivation, because now they're actually doing what they want to be able to do on their own time. I think that one of the unique things that I was able to learn from my learning experience is that it taught me how to fail. I'm mentioning it here because I have failed quite perfectly in many ways, more than one. I'm not a perfect person. But at the same time, what HG was able to teach me through all of these personal mentors was that, okay, you're not perfect. Okay, you do fail. But what are you gonna do now? If I wasn't homeschooled, I would be afraid to dream big. I would be telling myself every day, I have all of these great ideas, but I wouldn't be able to put it into practice. I wouldn't be able to turn those ideas into something tangible for other people to see. And I think that is really what homeschooling was able to do for me, and especially homeschooling in HG. To be able to get these ideas outside of my own head and translate it for other people to see in a way that's clear, cohesive, and especially in a way that is able to bring the greatest impact to other people, not just to myself. I guess my experience as former High Night CEO can really be wrapped around this whole idea of just being able to serve with a heart. I feel as if this whole idea of servant leadership is really ingrained, and not just ingrained, but it actually flows actively throughout all of these student leaders. I think that was one thing that really struck me as I was serving as High Night CEO. Really being able to go out of my way and really prioritize people over our programs. I think my parents for not just being there with me, but for being able to get me out of my own head sometimes. And for them to be able to tell me all of these hard truths, that sometimes I am imperfect. Sometimes, even if I am imperfect, we have to keep going. And even softer ones, such as, even if you're imperfect, we still care about you. You're our son. And that's something that I'm always going to carry with me, even after college, even into adulthood. A lesson that my parents taught me from back then that is still impacting my current season of life now is something that wasn't actually explicitly said for this most surprising part. It was just implied in our conversations. And it is, people are always going to be more than who they think they are. And that's amazing because back then I used to struggle with all of these things to struggle with my own identity and saying, is this just me? And even with this whole holistic growth, this whole holistic learning program, I would box myself in these boxes and I tell myself, okay, this is where I'm strong in. It's great to be able to capture what I'm strong in and to be able to hone that really well. But if you don't also focus on your weaknesses, then there's a blind spot right there. Apart from it just being for my own personal growth, it's also allowed me to view other people in a different way. How can I bring that potential out just as other people did for me? Just as other people were able to bring my big ideas, my big dreams, my potential outside of myself and make it tangible, how can I do that for this other person? So now that's something that is always going to be a self-perpetuating cycle of just growth and really being able to pay it forward for the next person and the next person and the next person. Through all of these leadership training programs that they have in High Unite, or to actually put these things into work as you collaboratively work with a team. And all these different teams that you're going to be working with would really be able to be a big help for you, especially when you get into college, because you're going to be working with an even more diverse population, an even more diverse community there. And really being able to really piece together these pieces as you work through relationships is something that's very HG.